Hello, and welcome back to the Salary Negotiation Masterclass Beyond the Basics. I'm Gemma, your career coach and guide on this journey to mastering the art of salary negotiation. In the last episode, we laid the groundwork by introducing the key pillars of the salary negotiation blueprint. And today, we're diving into the first and perhaps the most crucial mindset. Have you ever tried to negotiate your salary only to feel like you were going to pass out beforehand? Do you get all sweaty and nervous when it comes to talking about salary on a phone interview with a recruiter? Does the thought of having to negotiate your salary sound as horrible as going to the dentist or Trader Joe's on a Sunday afternoon? Well, I can tell you from firsthand experience that it all begins with our mind. There's a lot of research and a lot of information out there about how you can actually change your thoughts and beliefs due to the neuroplasticity in our brains. But that's another topic for another day. What I can say is that I've learned that mindset is the foundation of any successful negotiation. But what exactly makes mindset so critical in a negotiation? Why does it have the power to make or break your outcome? I've worked with clients who initially felt completely defeated by the mere thought of negotiating. I'm talking cold sweats, breathing into a paper bag level stress. But once they shifted their mindset, it was like seeing a completely different person walk into that negotiation room. One of my clients had been hopping from job to job for years, each time landing a slightly higher salary, but never quite exactly getting what she truly deserved. She was caught in a cycle of self-doubt, convincing herself that asking for too much would be too risky, that she should just be grateful for any increase she got, and despite her skills and experience, she never felt brave enough to speak up for herself in salary negotiations. Instead, she would quietly accept whatever she was offered, thinking to herself, maybe the next job will pay me more. After we worked together, focusing on her confidence and self-worth, she realized that she had been selling herself short all along. Armed with a clear understanding of her value, she finally mustered the courage to have an honest conversation with her current employer. She didn't just ask for a small raise. She confidently presented her case for a salary that matched her expertise. And guess what? They agreed. The moment was a turning point for her, proving that her worth was far greater than she ever imagined. Many of us, hell, probably all of us, carry around mindset barriers. And whether it's imposter syndrome, fear of rejection, self doubt, inferiority complexes, mommy and daddy issues, or simply undervaluing ourselves and our worth, I too struggle with these sneaky mindset gremlins, especially being a woman of color, and sometimes being the only woman of color. I too struggle with these sneaky mindset gremlins, especially being a woman of color, and sometimes the only woman of color, and feeling like every time I try speaking up or advocating for myself, I would be perceived as the angry Latina. In fact, I've had coworkers comment about me being spicy, and I would go home replaying whatever happened at work that day in my head over and over, wondering if they were right, asking myself, am I too much? Am I taking this too seriously? Am I being XYZ? And sadly, I know I'm not alone in this either. I recently worked with a client who was terrified of being perceived as ungrateful and aggressive if she asked for more. She was so afraid of retaliation and rejection that she almost didn't negotiate at all. But through our work together, she learned how to reframe those fears and approached her negotiation with confidence. The results? She got the salary she deserved. And if she didn't, she was confident in her ability to walk away. These mental blocks are common, but they do not have to control your outcome. So, how do we start breaking down these barriers and shifting our mindset for success? Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, yeah, I have mindset drama, but what do I do? Shifting your mindset doesn't have to be complicated, but it does take consistency, self-awareness, and intention. The techniques that I have found most helpful and impactful for me are catching and reframing negative thoughts, using affirmations, and practicing visualization and meditation. My recommendation for you, try several different techniques until you find one that you enjoy and that you can stick with. Because the best mindset technique is the one that you can stick with. And if you're sitting there thinking, okay, that sounds great, Gemma, in theory, but how do I catch my thoughts? They just seem so automatic, so fleeting. Don't worry, you're not alone in that one. I struggled too. But if you practice slowing down and listening to your thoughts and then writing them down, it gets easier. If you've never done anything like this before, then perhaps mindfulness meditation or visualization might be something that you want to try first. And if you don't like it, that's okay. Just move on to another technique. There is no right or wrong. One of my clients loves to use daily affirmations to remind herself of her worth. And before every interview, she visualizes herself confidently asking for what she wants. So we can try this together. Close your eyes and imagine yourself walking into that conversation where you're going to negotiate your salary. Standing tall, speaking with confidence, see yourself getting the response that you want. Just by envisioning this and visualizing the outcome that you want, this practice can help you shift your mindset from doubt to certainty. So, how do these mindset shifts translate into real world success? How can changing your thoughts change your career trajectory? Mindset shifts are not just theoretical, they create tangible change in your life. When I finally got a handle on my mindset, it was like a fog lifted. I stopped seeing everything through the lens of frustration, anger, and resentment. Now, those feelings didn't vanish overnight, but they no longer controlled me. Instead, I found clarity and strength on focusing on what I could control. And that clarity gave me the courage to make bolder moves, to finally ask what I was worth, and to stop settling for less. Imagine what could happen if you stopped settling and started advocating for yourself. How would that change your career? Mastering your mindset, it's not just about feeling better, it's about reclaiming your power. It's the difference between passively accepting what's handed to you and actively shaping the career and the life that you want. That is the real power of mindset. It's that key that unlocks your potential and helps you get what you truly deserve. Mindset mastery is the first step to confident negotiations. I encourage you to research and start practicing these techniques before your next job interview or your next negotiation. One client who started practicing visualization weeks before her getting an offer said that this made all the difference. She walked into that conversation feeling like she had already won. So take the time to prepare your mind and you'll see the results. In the next episode, we'll dive deeper into advanced negotiation strategies. So be sure to stay tuned. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Salary Negotiation Masterclass Beyond the Basics. Keep working on your mindset and remember, the way you think about yourself and your worth is the foundation of everything that you will achieve in your career. Until next time.